You know that tricky situation when a friend or family member asks to borrow money? It can destroy friendships and honestly, it can wreck your finances. So today, we're diving into the ancient razor-sharp wisdom of Chanakya to create a modern-day shield for your wealth. This is really about protecting what you've worked so hard for.
So let's just start with a core idea straight from Chanakya himself. He says, giving money to the wrong person isn't just a loss, it's an act that literally destroys you, the giver. Think about that. This single idea is pretty much the foundation for everything else we're about to get into.
And he had this unforgettable metaphor for it. When you give money to the wrong person, you're not helping, you're feeding milk to a snake. What does that mean? It means you're nourishing something that, once it gets stronger, is going to turn around and bite you. It's a chilling image, but a really essential one to keep in mind.
Okay, and this is so important because it reframes the whole conversation. Your money isn't just paper or numbers on a screen. It's your life energy. It represents the hours, the stress, the actual pieces of your life that you traded to earn it. So when you give that energy to someone who disrespects it, you are literally losing a part of your life you can never get back.
First up, let's talk about the deceivers. These are the master manipulators. They know exactly how to use your own emotions against you to get to your wallet. So let's break down their playbook.
So they usually come at you from two different angles. You've got the flatterer, who targets your ego. They make you feel like the smartest, most generous person in the world. Then there's the schemer. They go for your greed, whispering these impossible promises of easy money and fast profits.
This ancient quote just captures the flatterer's whole method perfectly. Their words are like Amrit, which is like a sweet nectar, but their heart is full of vish or poison. That sudden gush of sweetness, that's a huge red flag. You have to realize they aren't talking to you, they're talking to your bank account. The praise is just the warm-up act for the financial punchline.
Now for the schemer, this question is your ultimate weapon. It just cuts right through all the hype. If they really have a foolproof plan to get rich quick, why on earth are they sharing it with you? Why not just get a loan from a bank and keep all the profits? The way they stumble trying to answer that tells you everything you need to know.
All right, next up, the financial parasites. Now, these people aren't usually going for one big score. No, they play the long game, slowly and consistently draining your resources, all while pretending to be a friend in need.
And the key here is the mindset. We're not talking about someone going through a genuine, temporary rough patch. We're talking about a person whose entire lifestyle is built on using other people's resources. To them, your generosity isn't kindness, it's a weakness they can exploit.
I bet you know this person. They're always talking a big game, but the second the bill arrives, they suddenly have to take an urgent call or, whoops, their wallet is in the car. Look, once is an accident. Twice might be a coincidence. But 3 times? That's not a coincidence. That's a pattern. It's a strategy.
Then there's the other type of parasite, the secret spender. They come to you with a real sob story. They paint this picture of complete desperation, telling you they can't even afford the basics. They really know how to pull at your heartstrings.
But then you take a quick look at their life and it tells a very, very different story. The money you lent them for rent or food, it's actually funding their fancy lifestyle. Chanakya warned about this. A person who lives beyond their means is on a fast track to ruin, and they will pull down anyone who finances them.
Okay, this next type can be the toughest to deal with because they manipulate your sense of right and wrong. I'm talking about the professional victim, the person whose life seems to be just one never-ending tragedy.
You have to look at the pattern. A real crisis is usually a one-time thing. But when crisis becomes a predictable quarterly event for them, it's not misfortune anymore. It's a business model. They've figured out that a story about suffering is the fastest way to get you to open your wallet.
And Chanakya had this brilliant analogy for it. He said giving them money is like trying to fill a pot that's full of holes. You can just pour all of your resources in, but it will never, ever be full. You're not actually solving their problem, because the crisis of the week is just a symptom. The real problem is their own bad decisions, the holes in the pot. So we've identified the flatterer, the schemer, the freeloader, the secret spender, and the professional victim. The big question is, how do you defend yourself without being rude or maybe even destroying a real relationship?
Well, Chanakya's strategy isn't about lying or making excuses. It's about being clear and having a principle. This 3-step script is basically your shield. First, state your principle. I have a personal rule. I just don't mix money and relationships. Second, you affirm how much you value the relationship. Our friendship is way too important to risk over something like this. And third, you can offer a different kind of help. I can't do cash, but what if I help you with your resume? It's direct, it's respectful, and it's incredibly effective.
And here's the magic part. This is the ultimate test. A true friend will understand. They'll respect your boundary. But a financial predator, a customer, will get angry. Why? Because you just declined their transaction. The reaction tells you everything you need to know about what they really wanted.
So the real takeaway from Chanakya isn't to become cynical or mean. It's to become discerning, to be smart. Protecting your life energy means having the courage to set boundaries. So I'll leave you with this question. Who in your life is a genuine friend and who is just a customer in disguise? Your ability to say no is the ultimate guardian of your wealth.